All officers must activate their body cam before exiting PDG. Body cam must remain active during all law enforcement activity, including but not limited to patrol operations, traffic stops, arrest and detainments, jailing processing, presence in restricted or secure areas. There are no exceptions and no excuses to as why your body cam should not be active. Failure to activate or maintain an active body cam will result in a reprimand and may escalate depending on the severity or repeat offenses. So I want you guys to know that we are going to consistently be asking you guys for body cam. And if you guys cannot provide that body cam to us, you guys will be held accountable for that, meaning you guys will receive a reprimand. Macro usage, right? Macros are required in PD. They're required for our operations and are critical to realism, clarity, and communication during roleplay. So, all officers are required to use macros to clearly display commands, physical actions, use of force, arrest and detainment procedures. In high stress or life threatening situations, officers may act immediately to preserve life or safety. Macros must be entered as soon as the situation stabilizes. If an officer has sufficient time to use macros prior to taking action, they are required to do so. Failure to properly utilize macros will result in a reprimand. Repeated neglect of macro usage will be considered a performance issue. So I want you guys to realize that you guys need to be using your macros. I don't want to hear any more complaints about people not using their macros. We've received body cam footage of said people not using macros either. So again, try to always use your macros. It's very, very, very important. Floor one. Again, I'm gonna say this. Floor one is a controlled and restricted area within the police department. Access is strictly regulated. Unbadged officers are prohibited from floor one at all times except during official PD orientation training. Badged officers below the rank of lieutenant are not authorized on floor one unless actively escorting a suspect into jail and must immediately return to floor zero once they have put that suspect into the jail. Vested officers and generals are the only ones allowed on floor one. Body cam must be active at all times while on floor one. There are no exceptions. So I want to make sure that each and every single one of you guys are running your body cam on floor one, regardless whether or not you're in a situation. That body cam on floor one must remain active. Any unbadged or badged officer below the rank of lieutenant found on floor one without proper authorization will be reprimanded. There is no more warnings. We've consistently told you guys this. So if you are found on floor one without any proper authorization, you guys will be reprimanded for it. The jail area. All right. This has been brought up to us. It has been confirmed that certain inmates are attempting to abuse the game mechanics to escape custody. Inmates are using emotes to glitch out of jail and requesting officers to tase them. That constitutes as abuse 1. Any officer found assisting, enabling, or participating in this behavior will be immediately dismissed and blacklisted. There are no warnings, no excuses, and no expectations for this violation. I want to make that very, very clear. If you are caught trying to help these people by tasing them and having them use that mechanic to get out of jail, you will be immediately dismissed. We will strip you of your suit right then and there. So understand that that is a very, very big thing. Not only that, but you will be banned because that will be sent over to the admins as well. So just be very careful with that.
Which violation are you talking about, Rose? Sorry, my dogs are going like crazy.
Let's just have the questions for after.
Yes. Now, additional protocols. Anytime you guys are in the jail area, body cam must be active. No exceptions. The jail door must remain closed at all times when you enter and exit. Make sure that you sit there and close that door behind you. All right. Discord announcements, right? Discord announcements are considered official department communications. All officers are required to react to every department announcement. These announcements include policy changes, operational updates, mandatory events, department wide instructions. Failure to acknowledge announcements demonstrates a lack of awareness and accountability and may result in corrective action. All right. Hiring events. Hiring events are mandatory for all generals and vested officers. All right. You all must please react with a check mark if you are going to attend, or a red X if you guys are unable to attend. This system is used to ensure that we have proper staffing, event organization, and professional accountability. All right. 10-6. All right. All officers, excluding generals, must sit there and must receive explicit approval from generals to go on a 10-6. Unbadged officers are strictly prohibited from going alone on a 10-6, and they must be accompanied by a vested officer at all times when on a 10-6. This is non negotiable. Any unbadged or badged officer found operating alone, meaning if you are found outside PD by yourself, you will sit there and you will be brought back to PD and questioned for it. Why were you there? What are you doing? Are you on a 10-6? Where's the person that you are on a 10-6 with? All right. Body cam must also be active when on a 10-6. This is no excuse, even if you are not doing an active ride along, if you're not doing a mission patrol, your body cam must be active all times. All right. You guys may end up receiving laps or a reprimand depending on the severity and repeated offenses to that. Radio usage, right? The department radio is reserved for emergency and priority traffic only. Authorized radio calls are 1011, 1013, 1028, 1032, 3237, 1080, 1099, and 10100. All right. The importance of this is to ensure rapid response to officers, right? Prevents radio congestion when we are dealing with situations, and maintains command control and professionalism. So we want to use these radios for our benefit. If we cannot use the radios in a how should I say it, in a professional manner, then you guys are going to end up being confused, and it's going to cause chaos within the department. Understand that when calls are being made, we can't be sitting there and we can't be talking over each other. Calls must be really quick. When you're sitting there, when you're making a call, if I say 1013 shots fired, dispatch should immediately reply with what is the 1020 of that. I will sit there and reply with a location, and then it's up to dispatch to sit there and send units out. There should not be multiple units sitting there trying to use the mic over one another. We need to make that very clear so that way we can continuously keep the communication with PD when we are out on the streets. All right.
All questions will be answered after.
I
All
just
right.
had something to add to that
Yeah.
before I
You
forget.
go. Wait till after.
Yeah. So professional conduct while on vacation. All right. All officers remain bound to the department even while on vacation. Officers on vacation shall not perform any police duties, including arrests, traffic stops, or enforcement actions. Officers are still expected to conduct themselves in a professional, respectful, and responsible manner. Vacation status does not remove accountability. So you guys will be held accountable to all your actions while on vacation. All right. So you are police officers. You must be able to act like police officers, follow the rules. You know what I'm saying? While on vacation, you cannot conduct any police duties. So please act in a manner respectfully while you still sit there and while you still represent the department. All right. Uh, 1012s, right? Unbadged and badged officers are not allowed to go on solo patrols. Unbadged officers must be accompanied by a vested officer during all ride alongs. Badged officers may patrol with another badged officer or a vested officer. Any officer found patrolling alone will be returned to PD, questioned, and may be subject to lapse and or a reprimand. So this goes for the badged officers below the rank of lieutenant and unbadged officers who are new to the department. So I want to make that very clear. Another thing, EMS. I'm going to make this very, very clear. I've made it clear the past couple of times I've said this. EMS workers, the only EMS workers you guys are allowed to sit there and arrest are the paramedics. So they are the ones with the blue, the green, and purple long sleeve shirts. They are in training. They are not directly in EMS just yet until they get their scrubs. No EMS worker in green scrubs or above will be arrested or detained. This means you should not be putting anybody in a green scrub or above in handcuffs. You should not be putting them in jail. Understand that. I want to make that very clear to each and every single one of you. I do not want to see a situation where I'm getting body cam of a green scrub being sent into jail or a green scrub or above being handcuffed. Should not happen at all. We do not have authority to sit there and arrest them. We do not have authority to arrest anyone in a faction unless they are on vacation. Making that extremely clear. You cannot arrest another faction member unless they are on vacation. I believe that's pretty much the end of my notes. Monica, if you want to sit there and take over, because I know there's still a lot more that we have to discuss with them.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry. So I'm not sure what Chief wanted to go over. I thought he was sent it over, but we just going to talk about the stuff we've been experiencing lately. One thing I want to state is chain of command is very important. If your higher up tells you to do something or not to do something, it's best that you listen to that person because that person has your best interests. If they're telling you to leave an area, it's best to do that. If they're telling you to not go somewhere or to not do a certain thing, it's best to listen because you guys can get in trouble for not listening. Another thing, even when we're all in a setting like this, if you hear somebody talking or speaking, don't try to hop on your mic and speak as well because that's clashing mics and we won't understand anything you or that person is saying. It's best to be patient and allow that other person to speak so we all can get clear communication when it comes to everything. I'm only saying this because we had the training the other day and sorry. We had the training the other day and nobody was listening when we was telling the whole mic. So next time we tell y'all the whole mics and y'all constantly keep holding mics, y'all are gonna get laps for that because That's disrespectful to the person talking, and also to the point that's trying to be proven across. Like we're trying to tell y'all important stuff, and y'all don't listen. That should not be happening. Another thing I want to say for vested officers, I don't want y'all holding y'all rank over people's head. That's not cool at all. We've been getting a lot of complaints in regards to vested officers saying, "Oh, I'm a major. Oh, I'm this. So you should be listening. You should, you know, you should," and something like that. Like, don't hold your rank over somebody's head. That's not what you should be doing, and it doesn't make you look good as a person. That's really kind of rude in a way, because the person that you're saying this to, they could be looking up to you. You're their, like, well, what should I call it? Like, you're their role model in a sense. You're supposed to show them what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. So if they see you doing that, once they get in these ranks, they're gonna feel like it's okay to do that, and it's not. It's not at all. Give me 1 second. Um, Same goes for if you're in a unit. If your unit supervisor is trying to tell you something, whether you're first IC, third, second, or whatever, it's best to allow that person to speak and say what they have to say. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I want to speak about the green zones. Um, did somebody just shoot?
That's my bad.
Oh, it sounded like something fell.
Yeah, I was confused. I thought it was in my house. That's why I was like, okay. Anyway, sorry, we sidetracked them. Green zones. I want y'all to know that the street around the police department and the street around the hospital is still a green zone, even if it doesn't show on the side of your screen. That is still considered a green zone. Listen, I don't make the rules. This is just what admin is advising us. So y'all have to follow that as well. Anytime you are in a green zone, which is PD or HP, because nothing really happens at the bar or the theater, but I we'll get to that later. Anyway, you need to have your tasers at all times. There should be no reason your gun is out in a green zone. Because for one, your gun shouldn't even be out in a green zone. If we advising gang members to put their guns up in a green zone, it's not fair that we're not abiding by that either. Um, Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my god.
We're talking about the green zones,
Shooting
Monica.
guns and green zones outside of PD and HP.
Yes, thank you. Oh my god. Okay. So another thing I want to say is I've been seeing a lot of people loitering in PDG lately. I'm not gonna lie, me and Sora really been lenient on with you guys, like very lenient. But I feel like y'all are taking our kindness to weakness, so we are gonna be putting our foot down a little bit more. If you guys are loitering in PDG and we tell y'all to go out, or if we hear a call being called for backup or anything like that, and y'all are just standing in that PDG area, I am gonna have somebody body cam everybody down there, and everybody who is down there will be collectively running laps together as a team, because there should be no reason that people are calling for backup and there's officers downstairs just sitting around not doing nothing. Whether you're waiting for a vest, whether you're on a 15-minute cooldown. Now, let me say something about the 15-minute cooldown thing. Just because you die in a specific area and you are in a 15-minute cooldown does not mean that you cannot patrol in other areas. All you have to do is avoid that specific areas. We have a big map, guys. And if you guys patrol around the map instead of HP, hands, and specific areas that y'all used to, it'll allow y'all to learn the map more, learn about different areas around the map. There's also crimes happening in different parts of the map. You guys just don't know because you guys don't patrol around.
You
Somebody had
need
a
to have
question.
people to actually answer calls on the radio too. I've had a lot of calls yesterday. Nobody answered,
Hold
so I
on.
was alone.
Just save the comments and questions until after we have said everything and given you guys the information.
Yeah, so like I was saying with the patrol thing, whether you in for a vest or you're on a 15-minute cooldown, there are other areas on the map where you can patrol, like the bar. That's a green zone. People are in bars with their guns out. Now, I'm not saying you can't let them hang out at the bar. That's a place for them to hang out, but guns are not allowed to be held in a green zone or outside anyway. So by you just patrolling in different areas, you see people with their weapons out or stuff like that, you're still able to let them know, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. And if they don't put it up or if they don't abide by what you're saying, you can arrest that person for a 3.2, which is disobeying an officer. Um,
In regards to the new 15-minute new life rule, right? So what I want to sit here and what I want to tell each and every single one of you is, again, if you are on a 15-minute cooldown, you cannot return to that specific area and interact with that scene. If you are caught interacting in a scene where you have previously died, it is I believe it's an RP10 repeat kill. Not abiding by that 15-minute rule. You guys will be reprimanded for it. There is no excuses for any of it. I know when I was sitting there and I was at the roadblock, there was a lot of confusion. And I was hearing that, oh, if you die, come back to the roadblock. No. If you die, you must wait the 15 minutes. If everyone at that scene is numbers, sorry, I don't know who was that, but again, if you guys return to that scene, you guys are caught at that same scene, you guys will be issued reprimands. There's no more warnings for that.
Now, Dave, to answer your question, we all know you have to go out of PDG to leave the area. So, I mean, you're going to go there to leave, but as long as you're not staying there and patrolling, that's okay. Just
Well, I
don't
mean,
patrol places.
no, correct. But if they're out there tasing people out of their cars and you don't realize it and you get tased, I mean, that's technically a repeat kill.
Here's a question.
Is y'all do need to have y'all radio on at all times, even if you're on a 10-6. It's best to have it on because you never know. We may need to communicate with you, or we need to be calling you guys back to PDG for specific things or important stuff. It's best to always have it on. I know the radio could get cluttered. I even hate having mine on, but it's very important to have it on. Um, uh, Gordy, I think he's trying to get you to the middle or something.
Yeah, go. Jordy, can you please follow me for the 10th time?
Another thing, chat is very important. Y'all need to start paying attention to the chat. Okay, that is something that's very, very important. That's where most of the stuff goes. So try to always look up at the chat. I mean, I don't know how y'all miss it. It's right in our face, but it's best to always just look up, monitor the chat, and pay attention to what's being put there. Sora already said something about the body cam. Yeah, I think that's all I have for right now. If I have more, I'll remember in a minute. But yeah, I'm kind of stumped right now.
Alrighty. So let's go down the list from here. So Sway, do you have anything you would like to add to the briefing?
Yeah. So to all, I don't. Did you guys cover the vested officer thingy about trainings?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't think we did. You could speak about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so to all the vested officers that are FTO, right? I mean, all of you guys are FTO if you're a vested officer. Please try to make sure that when you're doing trainings, you keep on tabs with that person. Okay, so for example, if you're doing a macros training with an unbadged, they have to hop off for a second. They gotta come back. That unbadged that comes back, make sure you always message them. Hey, can you come back so we can finish? Hey, keep on top of it, because the more you guys look the other way, the more they're going to look the other way. Okay, so try to be more on top of it. Another thing. Hold on, give me a second.
While she's thinking, to piggyback off of that, I want y'all vested officers to know it is your job and duty to do trainings. I don't care how much y'all may hate trainings, how much y'all feel like y'all need to go do this and go do that. When we call y'all for trainings, it is mandatory for y'all to come up to floor 2 or wherever we call y'all to do those trainings. Next time we get vested officers not replying to those calls for trainings, y'all gonna get laps for that, because that is y'all jobs and responsibilities as a vested officer.
Hold on one second, y'all.
Just how these unbadged officers, they don't like sitting around PDG not being able to do nothing. They need somebody to take them out. They need somebody to help them get their vest or their badge or stuff like that. And y'all been in their shoes before. Y'all should know exactly how it feels to have to stand there and wait or not be able to do nothing. It's not fun at all. So it's unfair to the unbadged and the badged officers that y'all don't want to help them at times.
All right. So, it's mandatory for all vested officers to sit there and take out the badged and unbadged officers on 1012s. Um, Again, if a badged officer or an unbadged officer is looking for someone to take them out on a ride along, as vested officers, you cannot deny them. You must take them out. Alrighty.
Yeah,
Um,
'cause if I got shot, I came into PDG and just standing there, nobody was around. I asked one vested officer, I forget who it was now, if they could take me back out, and he just wasn't saying nothing. So I just went upstairs, started doing mission patrols. Could just get out of here.
yeah. So, at any point in time, if you guys request a 1012 with another vested officer, again, if they deny you, please make sure that you get it on body cam, get the officer's name, and we will sit there and bring it up to that officer.
Yes, sir, I will.
Alrighty. Kareen, do you have anything you would like to add to the briefing? Alrighty. Lieutenant General Snow, would you like to add anything into the meeting? All
Oh,
right. 7. You're up, buddy. Do you have anything you would like to sit there and add into this briefing?
No, man. Y'all have covered a lot of it. I'd just like to say, everybody, I hope you all are having fun. I hope you all continue to have fun, NRP, in this game. If you ever need anything, you need somebody to talk to, you're frustrated with something, I'm happy to be a set of ears for you. So if anybody ever feels like they need an outlet or something like that, you're welcome to come speak to me. I'm a good listener.
I just logged online, so I don't know what half was said. So
Don't worry. Right now, Boundy, do you have anything you would like to sit there and add into this briefing?
Yeah, so guys, there's a lot of information that's been going past, but the most important thing is understanding what is right and wrong. If you feel that any chance something you is doing is wrong, then obviously it is wrong. So if you need assistance or any help, we're here for you. And like Seven said, which is a key thing, is this is a game. You have rules, and the idea is to have fun as well doing it. And there is a balance. If you need help finding that balance, I'm here.
Well said. Alrighty, Major Generals, do you guys have anything you guys would like to add into this?
I do, but I will wait till my turn.
Jordan?
that'd be me, or
No, do any of if any major generals have anything to say, go ahead and raise your hand and y'all could go.
All right, you know what? I'll go ahead and go. So I just want to say some things off for you guys. One is this is the disrespect, like Snow was saying. It's not gonna be tolerated. We're supposed to be a family, so we're supposed to be respecting each other, having each other's backs. Also the second thing is please, if somebody has a suspect tased, do not kill him, please, because that will. I think if I remember DFGs, I think believe that's a RP-13.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you
Alright.
see them on the ground, they should be arrested at that point because it's not like they could shoot you if they're on the ground.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna bring that up. If any of you guys are caught doing that, it's gonna be automatically RP-13, and it will be sent to the higher ups. And number 3, I just want to let you guys keep you guys aware. The TRU units will be pulling over all the fraction members. If we see you guys breaking the traffic laws, TRU will be pulling you guys over. And please, if we do, just stop for us, like you guys, like you expect everybody else to do. So, and that's about it on that. So, besides that, keep up the good work. And that's
Alrighty.
Prince,
Go ahead, James.
I haven't been on all day, but uh, when it comes to HP, I don't know. This is already touched up on people about because HP does get hectic at times. Please, if you have someone in cuffs, just go ahead take them back to PD because if you do not take people back to PD and you have that person in cuffs, then they will phase you out and they will shoot you. As long as you just continue anytime you're in front of PD outside of HP at a scene, just go ahead take them back. If you already have them cuffed, do not put charges on scene. Well, unless you go to a safe spot, then you can put someone charges on just in case they log off. But please don't be sitting there knowing that there's still an active shootout or active scene still going. Just go ahead, take them back to PD or en route back PD. Do not just sit there and just have a suspect in the back of a vehicle because the gang members do not RP with us, but we still have jurisdiction to arrest. They request for a supervisor, go ahead give them a supervisor. Also, if there is a backup call, I get on my PRU members about this also. There's a backup call, and there is if you guys are just shooting inside the gym outside of training time, please answer any calls that get put over the radio, as well as keep your radios on at all times, so there can't be no miscommunication when it comes to backup calls. because you say, there was a backup call called and no one had time to put it over the flowery chat or message it over the radio. And that really shouldn't be an excuse on why you don't have your radio on. If you have an excuse on why you don't have your radio on, put it over the flowery chat saying that you were radio silent.
I do want to piggyback off the HP thing on what Prince said. For one, if you're not in Tim's, you shouldn't be patrolling that area anyway. And we say this every briefing, even before we was even DFGs. They've been saying this. Only Tim's members are able to patrol HP. Any other unit or any other person should be patrolling somewhere else. Also, the only time you can patrol HP is if you are with the Tim's member or if there's a 1032 backup call requested. Other than that, if we catch y'all at HP, you will get a warning. After that, it will be lapsed.
Raphael, go ahead, because I know you wanted to say something too.
I just wanted to circle back around to the whole green zone outside of PD and outside of the HP. So I know you guys were talking about the admins wanted us to abide by rules of a green zone being beyond the street outside of the green zone. But I mean, for me at least, that makes it difficult. I mean, I try and use my taser regardless to taser somebody and arrest them rather than shooting at them. But especially if you're outnumbered, a lot of the time I'm online. The numbers of PD aren't exactly, we don't have a lot of PD members online, and there may be like 3 or 4 of us, and we're outnumbered, and we're immediately getting gunned from the get go. And I mean, it almost feels like the only thing to do is to constantly call admins, call admins, call admins.
Yeah, definitely. If you're outnumbered and there's no other officers online, when you do the /help, just put in that ticket. Hey, there's this amount of officers online. There's this amount of people shooting at us. We do need to calm down. Because even though the gang members aren't abiding by the rules, you could submit a green ticket and they could get jail for it. That's why they're all. Every time you see somebody jail for RP 146 and 11 or 1246 and 11, it's because they're shooting in front of PD in that street or in front of HP. They'll get jailed for 95 minutes up to about 2 hours for it.
Yeah, not only that, but calling admin should not be your first. You get what I'm saying? As generals, you guys have access to the fall chat. You guys can sit there and you guys can request army to sit there and back you guys up. So that is an option. Let's try to use that a little bit more, instead of trying to rely on admins, because we cannot have admins sitting there and breaking their RP. They're not allowed to sit there and interfere with our role play.
Yeah, because they can get in trouble and they could lose their job. And I doubt they want that to happen.
PD
Oh,
0704 to
As major
dispatch.
generals, you can use the fall chat. And also if you have
Commissioner,
they don't answer through the fall chat and you
Can I
have any
please
army members
get
in your
an
friends list,
officer over
try
to
contacting them that
HP to
way.
help clear out
oh yes, another thing.
individual
Speaking of
who
the
is causing
admins,
chaos?
I needed to bring this up, because they wanted us to bring this up to.
thank you, Rose.
10-4,
Okay,
I'm not
so
on
hold
patrol.
up. Speaking of admins, right? Admins sat there and told us to let you guys all know this. You guys are not allowed to be direct messaging admins. You cannot sit there and you cannot ask admins for help on like 32 calls. You can't ask them for 1041 calls. None of that. If you guys need to ask admins questions, the officer's complaint on the Discord is how you would do that. Other than that, please do not private message them on Discord. Please do not private message them in game. They will.
Hold on.
Hi, I'm here for the interview. I'm here for the interview to become a police. I did the interview on Sunday, but I wasn't able to change my Discord name, but now I did it.
Okay.
Moderator such and such or administrator such and such. That's how you can identify if it's an admin or not. Because I know sometimes you're new to the game, you don't even know what an admin is. Shoot, when I first joined, I didn't even know it was freaking RP rules. I didn't know it was rules. I didn't know it was admins. I thought this was just a game. But it's the RP game. So we do have admins and stuff like that. So that's just to give y'all a little bit more insight on the faction admins.
All right, Bounty, what's up? Your hand is up.
I just want to bring something up real quick to the people on vacation. For the ones on vacation, you cannot help us with any situations. Like, you guys are not allowed to help us if we're in a shootout or anything. Only way you guys can be involved if you guys are getting shot. Am I correct?
Correct.
So that's a big gray area, and I'm gonna explain why. Because if you are getting shot at, say for instance by someone else, yes, you can shoot back, but also realize that if you sit there and you shoot while on vacation in front of another officer who is not on vacation, you will be treated to the same type of arrest that normal citizens would be treated to. So you're not above any exception.
And that's why your body cam should be on as well when you're on vacation. Body cam is important throughout your whole career in PD.
That's all I have to say.
My body cam ain't action right. Like it'll record for a little bit, then it just cuts right off.
What type of phone do you have? An iPhone?
An iPhone 16.
Okay, so this is an issue because I didn't notice this until a while back either. We may delete stuff, but we do have a recently deleted folder that also holds up storage as well. So when you delete footage, go to your recently deleted photo and make sure you make sure you delete that as well, because that'll clear up the storage for you and that'll help you hold more storage on your phone.
So the body cam won't just shut off on in the middle of patrol or something.
Right. If you go to your recently deleted and delete everything you deleted prior, that'll clear up your storage as well and give you more space to go ahead and screen record and body cam. It helps me a lot.
All right,
Okay, I'll do
guys.
that and log offline. Thanks, Monica.
All right, guys. We have 15 minutes left of this briefing. Let's try to get everyone's questions answered. So let's start with the hold on,
No,
Moves. What's going on?
Yeah, Moves, what you had to say?
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to make this really quickly. I just had a question. So we had an instance where a medic or a paramedic was disturbing our faction operations, and we were told by Chief to arrest and take them back to HP. Is there certain scenarios where we're allowed to do that? Like I had another scenario where Green Scrub outside of PD was going in and shooting up civilians. And of course, while we're not allowed to arrest them, we did tase them and take them back to HP because they're being an actual endangerment to public society. So curious on if there's ever an exception for that.
So
sorry.
I can give a quick answer to that. So with that, what you would do is you would make sure that you get what they're doing on body cam. If you can detain them and take them back to HP, please do so. I'm going to sit here and say this: that is the only time you are allowed to sit there and detain a green scrub is if they are sitting there disrupting faction operations. Say, for instance, shooting at police officers, shooting outside, being a disruption, coming into PD to sit there and disrupt our hiring events. That then you can sit there, detain them, bring them outside of PD. If they are causing trouble where they are shooting at you, you can sit there, you can tase them, detain them, bring them back to HP, and speak with a higher up there. An AP will sit there and be able to help and assist you with that. Send that body cam over to them so that way they know, and also send it over to us as well so that we can speak with their leadership as well. We want to make sure that we're doing everything by the book, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that you cannot jail any faction members any faction members, Army, EMS, PD, unless they are on vacation. So I want to make that extremely clear.
So we have to
Also,
do
Raphael, to
take
answer
them
your,
back to the hospital instead of bringing them to the police station.
yeah, and also Raphael, to answer your question, if you're on vacation, no, like we said, when you're on vacation, you can't do any police work, so you can't cuff anybody either, because that's RP13 as well. When you're on vacation, cam on, submit that body cam to a higher up, and we'll send it over to their higher ups.
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns from any of the vested officers? Go ahead, Gucci.
All right, so I got a couple of complaints. So like when we go out with the badge officers, right, and it's like we try to tell them, like, say we on a pursuit of a vehicle, and it's like that. Basically, they don't be doing nothing. They just sit there. I tell them to throw up their macro. They don't throw up the macro, or they just probably can't hear me. I don't know which it is, but it get very frustrating. Try to basically not train them, but it's just, when we try to tell them what to do, they get too sensitive and start running to higher ups. Oh, this person talking to me this type of way. This person talking to this type of way. But what it really is, bro, if we asking you to put up your macro, why you not putting up your macro from the pursuit? I can't put up my macro, talk on the radio, and drive at the same time. That'd be my frustration.
No, I agree on that. My thing is, before you even go out or leave the police department on patrol with that person, go ahead and let them know, like, hey, you're going to be the passenger. You're going to handle macros. You're going to handle radio. I'll be doing the driving, just to give a heads up. Now, during that patrol, if they're still not doing that, that's kind of them not doing their job. So just send the body cam up to your higher ups. We'll have a conversation with them. If it keeps happening, then we'll move forward with what we need to do.
Like the other day, I got literally watched being shot. Like the dude just, not gonna say no name, but the dude just ran from me. Like, bro, we